Check this book here. It is important to know how to say no and set limits. Sometimes we need to learn and practice this ability of saying no. Let's walk. Let me tell you a story. To me, it was very hard to say no to my parents. I would say no to friends. I would say no to job opportunities or to demands from my work. But when mom and dad asked me something, it was almost sacred. Hello, my friend! Welcome back. How are you feeling today? It's so good to see you here. Today, we're going to analyze texts of social interest. Texts, materials related to the collective interest. And for this class, I prepared the most pressing issues nowadays. I made a research and I found out that poverty and social inequality is the most pressing issue these days. I also found that crime and violence are priorities. We're going to evaluate texts, materials, talking about these topics. And we're going to evaluate that together. We're going to analyze the arguments in favor and the arguments against each topic. It's a nice class. I'm going to present you texts, videos, and I start this class reading part of this book here to you, The Magic. This book, written by Rhonda Byrne, talks about gratitude, and I'm going to share with you one of the last pages. She says, list your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write down why you feel grateful. Read your list aloud. And at the end of each item, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel the gratitude for each blessing. Put your blessings on paper. Ask yourself, what were the good things that happened yesterday? When you remember these blessings, you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right before you go to bed, say thank you for another day. Here, the final words by the writer. She says, say the magic word thank you. Say it loud. Scream it. Tell it for yourself. Tell it inside your mind. Feel it in your heart. Wherever you go, from now on, take the gratitude and its power with yourself. If you want to have a magic life
full of abundance and happiness. The answer is on your lips and inside your heart. It is ready and just waiting for you to do the magic. With this in mind, we're going to analyze challenging situations in this class. Let's have some water. I'm gonna serve you and I a glass of water. First to you. And to me. Cheers, my friend. This glass is for you. I always invite you to move your body, right? All right, today let's ride a bike. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my friend. How are you? Move your body. Some research has shown that when we move our bodies, the activity in the hippocampus increases. And the hippocampus is the region of our brains responsible for memories. So, if you are studying English and you want to remember what you've been studying, if you want to memorize new vocabulary, move your body. Exercise. Activate your muscles. It's a great opportunity to develop your strength, to connect with people, to breathe new air, to think about new ideas, to have time with yourself. Go ahead, move. Tell me how the experience was after you go for your exercise. You can go for a walk, you can go running, you can go biking, you can just stand up and stretch. That's a great start. God bless you, my friend. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Move your arms, please. Let's do this movement here. Up and down. Up and down. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's go together. Come on. 5. Sometimes you just watch me exercising. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. Release your shoulders. Release the joints of your elbow, of your wrist, of your fingers. Move your neck. Now let's stretch to the front, my friend. Let's stretch. Cross your fingers and stretch there. Stretch, 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 stretch. 1, 2. Count for us, please. You continue. 3. Continue, please. Okay. All right. Now let's breathe. We're going to breathe in 2 times. Then we hold and we breathe out. When we breathe in new energy. We breathe in wisdom. We breathe in everything we need to solve the challenges we have. These challenges are opportunities for us. These challenges are growth opportunities. They're not problems. Let's call them challenges. And when we breathe out the worries. We breathe out the suffering in anticipation. Do you suffer before things happen? Come on, let's not suffer in advance. When we breathe out the worries. We breathe out the loads we don't need to carry, the backpacks we don't need to carry, things that don't belong to us, okay? When we breathe out, we relax the muscles of our faces, we relax our shoulders, we relax the tension in our backs. Here we go, my friend. Let's breathe in before. Here we go. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Twice more, please. Breathe in. Once more. All right. Okay. Before we start, I ask you, are you prepared? Of course you are. And you are not? You are not alone. Repeat, please. I'm not alone. Repeat, please. I'm not alone. Exactly. Yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's analyze materials related to social interest, related to the collective interest. And I start this class with a video by the UN, with a video by the United Nations. This video is talking about ending poverty and hunger. Let's watch it together. First time, you understand the general idea, and then we dive deeper into the details, okay? Let's watch this video together. Here we go.
Your dignity is tied to every other human being on Earth. When millions of us struggle to survive, human energy is diminished. When so many of us are still hungry, human potential is suffocated. Poverty has many forms, but no borders. To become fully human, we must free ourselves from the tyranny of poverty and from the grip of hunger everywhere. As we end poverty, true prosperity begins. As we end hunger, we all start to flourish. We have the ability, means, and capacity to create a world where all humans have dignity and our potential is fully realized. This is the story you are shaping.
So beautiful. So beautiful. What is this video talking about? This video, the main idea of this video is calling us to action. This video is presenting the challenge of hunger and poverty, and also reminding us that when someone is hungry, it is our energy as human beings that is being drained. If someone from another part of the planet is fine, I am fine too. Now let's watch this movie again, and please pay attention to the different faces. Pay attention to the different cultures. And at the same time, pay attention to the similarities we have. We're all the same, my friend. Let's enjoy the video again. Pay attention to the content.
Your dignity is tied to every other human being on Earth.
Your dignity is tied to every other human being.
When millions of us struggle to survive, human energy is diminished. When so many of us are still hungry, human potential is suffocated. Poverty has many forms, but no borders.
Poverty has many forms, but no borders.
No borders. To become fully human, we must free ourselves from the tyranny of poverty.
We must free ourselves from the tyranny of poverty. And then I see this guy walking strong. I admire him. He is strong. He is resisting. He is working hard. He is not putting himself into the position of a victim. When we victimize ourselves, my friend, we are lost. We must take action. What can you do to improve the quality of your life? What can I do to improve the quality of my life? What can you and I do to improve the quality of our community? What can we do to reduce hunger in our city? Felipe, this is the role of the government. I don't think so. I think we can play an important role in the solution. We can be part of the solution. Of course, we don't have the power to solve everything by ourselves. Of course not. But you can have a multiplier effect by adding a little bit. You can inspire others to do the same.
And from the grip of hunger everywhere. As we end poverty, true prosperity begins. As we end hunger, we all start to flourish. We have the ability, means, and capacity to create a world where all humans have dignity and our potential is fully realized. This is the story you are shaping.
The last sentence from the video. This is the story you are shaping. This is the story you are writing. Yes, my friend, you can be the change maker. You can teach English at home to your relatives. You can teach English in class to your classmates. You can teach English at work to your coworkers. I'm with you. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's keep analyzing texts, materials of social and collective interest. We just watched a very nice video by the United Nations talking about poverty and hunger. Now we're going to enjoy this lecture given by Craig Pinkney about the real roots of youth violence. I'm gonna play part of this lecture to you, and while you watch, I'll be listening to the talk and writing here on the board some words that I consider important about what he's talking about. Okay? Let me just prepare my board here. Analyzing texts of social and collective interest. I'm gonna use this marker here, which is very dark, and I hope you can read what I write on the board. Please comment, can you read my words here? Comment here, please. In each class, in every class, when you can't see an image, when you can't read my words, please comment. Give us this feedback. The more you comment, the more you tell us about the improvements we need to make, the better we produce the classes to you. We are here to serve you, my friend. Let's enjoy this lecture. I'm going to translate the lecture to you, and while you watch and enjoy it, I'm going to take some notes about it, okay? Here we go.
And as a criminologist, part of my work is about trying to understand what causes young people to be violent, asking that most important question, why? Why would a young person that is 16, 15, 17 years old want to pick up a knife and just stab someone at random and they've never met them before? Why would someone want to pick up a gun just because someone lives in a completely different postcode and be prepared to shoot it? Why would someone be prepared to kill a child on a school bus just because they're looking at them for 10 seconds? And the fact of the matter is, there's not one answer to answer why young people arrive at that particular point. There's actually a series of factors: dysfunctional families, father absence, racism, poor identities, dysfunctional homes. But one thing that really sticks out for me when I'm analyzing this type of thing is this one word about invisibility. Invisible. What I find in my work is that most young people in our society are invisible, unseen, unheard. And if anybody knows the history of cultures and communities, that when people feel oppressed, when people feel invisible, when people feel unheard, sometimes they do things in order to be visible. So, we might not be able to understand why a young person gets on the bus one day and feels that in order to get credibility, I need to hurt somebody, I need to rob somebody's phone. Our young people are invisible.
All right. While he was talking, I was taking some notes. He starts saying, as a criminologist, I'm always trying to understand the cause of violence. Why does someone stab another person with a knife? Why someone shoots another person just because that person is from a different postcode? And he says, there is not only one answer. There are some causes: dysfunctional families, absent fathers. He mentions dysfunctional homes. And there is also this issue of invisibility. The invisible. The young person who feels unseen. The young person who feels unheard. And he says, and these young guys, they want to be visible. And then he makes a statement, our young people are invisible. And here I ask you, do you agree with this statement? Our young people are invisible. What are the arguments in favor of this statement? What are the arguments against this statement? When we analyze a text deeply, we need to make a list of these factors. Well, we have this statement, our young people are invisible. Why are they invisible? Because of this, this, this. No, I disagree. They're not invisible because of this, this, this. Now let's watch another part of this lecture and I'll do the same thing. You be watching, paying attention, and I'll be writing some notes here, okay?
Takes a village to raise a child. We always talk about the village. But I would like to extend on that by saying, yes, it takes a village to raise a child. But when you don't recognize the village, sometimes that village can kill a child. And there's also another saying in that same school of thought that if young people don't feel a part of that village, they will burn it down to feel its warmth. I'll say it one more time. If young people feel they are not part of our village, they will burn it down to feel its warmth. So, there's probably people in the room now probably thinking, well, you just kind of shocked me with certain things, and yes, it could be my son, it could be my daughter, it could be a relative of mine, but what can I do?
All right. Then he brings popular wisdom. He brings a proverb. It takes a village to raise a child. This sentence shows the importance of the neighborhood. This sentence shows the importance of the community to raise a kid. Everyone agrees that a positive environment will lead the human being to better places. It takes a village to raise a child. But, he says, this child needs to recognize this village as his village. He needs to be part of the village. If these, he says, if these young guys don't recognize their neighborhoods, their communities, their villages as part of themselves, if they don't feel they belong to this village, they will burn it down to feel its warmth. Look how crazy it is. They will burn it down to feel its warmth. Now I ask you, do you agree with it? Yes or no? If you agree with it, yes, they will burn the village down to feel its warmth. Yes, because of this, this, and this. No, I disagree. They won't do that because of this, this, this. And then he brings up the most important question, the thing I love most. The call to action. Here is a call to action. What can I do? This question is amazing because this question brings us from passiveness to an active role. When we ask ourselves, what can I do? We start being part of the solution. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my friend. During this class, we've talked about important issues: hunger, poverty, social inequality, violence. And now it's time to talk about you. Are you taking care of yourself? I'm waiting for your answer. Yes or no? Yes, yes. You need to have time for yourself. And I'm gonna show you a page. Check this book here. It is important to know how to say no and set limits. Sometimes we need to learn and practice this ability of saying no. Let's walk. Let me tell you a story. To me, it was very hard to say no to my parents. I would say no to friends. I would say no to job opportunities or to demands from my work. But when mom and dad asked me something, it was almost sacred. Dad is asking me to do it. I'm gonna do it right now. Mom is asking me to do it. I'm gonna do it immediately. And then I started to realize that sometimes saying yes to mom and dad was disturbing the plans that I had for myself, was disturbing the priorities that I had set for my own life, for my own health. And you know what? I started saying no. Did they accept at first? No. They were like, how come? Sometimes they were irritated. But that's okay. They still love me. I still love them with all my heart. But in some moments, I need to say no. Is this a solved problem, a check on my notebook, the notebook that I always share with you? Is it a permanent solution? No. I write to myself, say no. It's an everyday practice to say no. And saying no to people we love is not comfortable. Of course it's not. But it's necessary. Now, let me share with you. So, my point here with you is there are challenges around the world. There are challenges at home. I know you are facing a challenge right now. Me too. But if we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot take care of the world. As Jordan Peterson says, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. We can adapt this sentence with set your house in perfect order before you fix the world. And as soon as we strengthen ourselves, we can come to this situation here. Come here. Let's see this video here.
Hello, my friend. The inspiration today is from this lady here, Jackie Mutchison. I don't know her, but she said something really meaningful. It takes each of us to make a difference for all of us. Do you understand? 3, 2, 1.
Do you understand? 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my friend. Yes, we're finishing one more class. I'm almost screaming here, right? Congratulations! Yeah. One more class, one step ahead. Today, we analyzed materials talking about important topics. Today, we analyzed materials talking about poverty, social inequalities, crime, violence. And I brought some data to share with you. Come here, please. The data I'm going to share with you is from a study by Oxford University and United Nations, okay? This is a study, very recent study they made about poverty in the world. And we're going to have these things here to understand poverty around the world. These almonds represent poverty. From the 100% of the population, 18% of the global population is living under poverty. 18%. 1.1 billion people live under poverty conditions. %, of the world population is living under poverty conditions. This is bad. And thinking that these guys are in poverty because there are a lot of billionaires in the world is a wrong assumption. The problem is not about having billionaires or millionaires in the world. No. Our challenge is to take these guys here and make them, transform them, upgrade them to the population who is living under basic conditions. And what scared me in this study was that when I was diving deeper into the poor population, I realized that from the 100% of poor people, from 1.1 billion people, half of this population is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Half of the poor population. This is about 48% of poor population. About 600 million people are in this poor people are in this region here called Sub-Saharan Africa. What's going on in this region of the planet? Why is this region so poor? Why is poverty so concentrated in this region? I ask you, tell me, why do half of the poor global population is in the sub-Saharan Africa? Comment here if you want to learn faster If you want to have advantages, benefits, visit our platform. Thank you very much. I'm Felipe Dib. See you next class.